This is this is this is a house that was blown down in the storm at the typhoon. There's an old couple living in here. One of them, the old guy, is 77, and his wife, who's 74. They're in a bad way because it really affected them very traumatically. The older woman, is confused and in shock, and the old guy somehow he manages a bit better. But the house has collapsed, and what they've done is they've just piled stuff on top of each other, all bits of wood and this and that, the other nipper, to form a sort of a almost like a bivouac. This is where they sleep. Now all their worldly possessions are in here. It gets wet. Everything's in the night time. Things really do. Things really do get wet here. They'd have storms and stuff, and the water just comes straight through. This is their makeshift kitchen. Now, if you turn from their house and you go 50 or 100 meters away, their grandchildren live there. Their son has 3 children. There's no mother around. There's a 6-year-old girl, a 14-year-old boy, and a 15-year-old girl, and they live in here. They've again just piled stuff. They've put on the collapsed roof. They've just put stuff to somehow keep the rain out. And as you get closer, you can really see how desolate it all is. Somehow they manage. They've made a living space inside out of the ruin, and it's probably around 4 foot, 6 foot tall. This is the young 6-year-old girl, and this is about 4 feet tall, if that, and they somehow live in there. I mean, it just could all collapse on them, actually. This is these 2 properties are within a few hundred meters of the sea, and for its idyllic side, there is the negative side you get a lot of.
What's your name? Mary Jean. Mary Jean.
A lot of bad weather and rain. Well, we got going very quick. The same morning of visiting the people, I went out with my wife. We bought 50 pieces of bamboo, ordered some guys, had to pay them some extra so they would come, but they set to work straight off. It's a father and 3 sons, plus 2 other guys, plus the son of the grandparents, and they cleared up the old house, which didn't take long because it was just pieces of stuff thrown on each other, and then cracked on with building a scaffolding. And within hours, things start to look different. The parents, meanwhile, will live here until there's a roof built, so they've made themselves a little hut, and they've got all their worldly possessions here. all their worthful possessions.
kaputt gehen. Das sind wert.
Now this is replicated all over Aklan.
Weiß nicht was da.
Wherever the typhoon crossed, you've got this, and worse. Some people haven't got any materials because they've been blown away, literally. But these people at least have got something. They've got a start.
Die kommen heute Morgen an.
It's also a game to know what you can use and what you can't use, where to start. It's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle.
So wird's gebaut. Heute Abend gibt's
At the moment, materials are quite highly valued. A lot of the stuff you can't buy because of the magnitude of the
irgendwie ein
storm. People have been out buying as what they could, and there's less available.
Die Arbeitskleidung entspricht nicht die europäisches Norm. Die vor allem die Schutz für die Füße.
As you can see, there's not much thought given to protective clothing.
Kleidung.
Later in the video you'll see how the guys manipulate pieces of bamboo
Keine Rolle.
with machetes,
Nicht, dass ich
and barefoot is the norm, or with flip-flops. Well, we have a delivery of
materials has arrived.
um,
Some roofing.
very thin tin corrugated roofing. I mean, it's thin. I think it's probably 2 or 3 millimeters thin, but
Bau.
it's cheap, and it will give them some covering tonight.
Jedes Mal, wenn ich zurückkomme, ist es ein Stück weiter. Also die untere Wände sind überhaupt
The
nicht
guy in red is the father. He's 52,
Draht und
and he's got his 3 sons working with him. The guy with the hat walking is the son, and the other guy with the is the grandfather. And this is just a few hours later. This is, I think, about lunchtime. They've got
immer noch nicht 12
something
Uhr.
that
Wir sind schon so weit.
resembles
Wir haben fast
the
ein
shape
Dach.
of a roof. And there's Mrs. Ring giving orders.
Make light work.
So many already carpenters.
How many? Oh shit.
Finish immediately.
The grandson, who's 14, he really worked very hard between his school, normal going to school and coming home, and he really cracked on. His part there is you'll see him later on.
Die Rennen, es sind noch 2, 3 dazugekommen. I'm doing the
If you go away for an hour or two and you come back, you do see a big difference when you get back. These guys are really working hard.
6 oder offiziell, ja, 6 Arbeiter, also externe. Und der Sohn, der mit dem, und der also großes Enkelkind und noch der Sohn von dieser alten Leiter.
Now the
Geht jetzt relativ
tin
schnell.
sheeting's coming on. What we're going to try and do, or what they're going to try and do, is to get a roof on today, so that, and to put some tarpaulin
Dach schon drauf.
to the left and right, so that the old guy and his wife can have some cover tonight, because the weather's unpredictable.
Hoffentlich haben wir genug Dach.
This is later in the day.
Es ist 3:45. Und wir haben fast einen ganzen Tag. 3:45 am Nachmittag. Und die Leute, die Arbeiter,
Having a well-earned break.
eine gut
This has all been done in one day.
Pause. Ich habe Bier mitgenommen. Kein deutsches Bier. Oder
Oh, we have a visitor.
Noch eine Stunde ist vorbeigegangen. Und der Dach ist
And there's
fast
the
fertig.
grandfather.
Und schau mal, wir haben Besuch.
Whilst he's mucked in with the guys, being a man, his wife she's gone introverted, and is struggling with all the change which has just been thrust upon her.
In circa, ich schätze, 20 Minuten sind sie für heute fertig, weil es wird rasch dunkel. Gleich, also heute, das ist der zweite Tag. Da kann man etwas sehen, wirklich. Die machen da, die zwei Männer mit dem Ding da.
Towards the left there, the guys are doing preparing the floor to take concrete, and it will extend the house because there's going to be 6 people living in it afterwards rather than the original 2.
Plywood, das ist so diese Holzteile, wo
Now this guy
die Wände,
is chopping up a piece of bamboo into strips, but like I said earlier, there's no real thought towards protecting your ankles. I suppose they're so used to it that they're so skillful that there's small chance of them slicing into their feet, legs. These pieces of bamboo are manipulated until they've got exactly the shape they want. There's the grandma. Entertaining. You see in the distance there the children's property. I think they're really excited about it. The possibility of having somewhere decent to live. There's a lot of stigma involved in the Philippines around how you present yourself. This is one of the sons of the carpenter. And this boy coming up here is the grandson, and he's really been very good. And this is the father of him. That's his father. He's 47, I believe. He's very happy. And now you can see after a day or two already
How are you? 9 Uhr. Am dritten Tag.
a form of a house. It's all very thin. The roof is quite stable,
Jetzt kommt eine Fassade.
and but these walls are very thin. They're effectively
Schön aus.
just very thin plywood. But they give a cover. They give some privacy from the walkers on the path that runs by the house.
Kann das gehen? Eigentlich ist es wie eine Gartenscheune für uns, aber für eine philippinische Familie ist das eine wertvolle Sache.
Now they're putting in some final concrete down.
Tag 4 am Nachmittag kommt so eine.
Towards the back of the house, they're building almost like, it looks like a terrace, but I'm told that it's going to be
Von hinten sieht ganz schön irgendwie
it's going to be a kitchen area.
Many hands make light work. Der im Grün ist
Concrete doesn't have to be
Rost, der Vater.
very thick, really. It's just to
52
give an even base.
3 Söhne und noch
The average Filipino isn't that heavy, I would say. I would I would guess at 50 to 70 kilos. It's pretty much standard in the Philippines.
Und hinten haben Sie irgendwie eine...
One of the provisos of me building this or arranging it, I didn't build it, is that they have a good clean out afterwards.
Das war eine Art Terrasse.
That they
Ich
clear up
denke,
the
Sie
mess.
würden
That was the only
Beton nachher, das ist dieser
thing I
Dreck,
asked them
das
to do
Dreck,
in return.
was ständig da... Schau mal der Aussicht. Die Mutter und Vater haben sich ein bisschen an den Gedanken hier zu bleiben. Der hat ein neues T-Shirt, sie auch.
It's actually a beautiful spot where they are.
Tage.
But they're not rich beach dwellers, they are poor
Jeden Tag ein
fishermen. Really, they have just enough to live on.
Nichts ist wirklich gerade. Aber das macht nichts.
Here's the maestro.
Und da ist die der ist der Master. Der Maestro.
Bit of a clean-up process afterwards.
Ich habe gesagt, es gibt nur eine Bedingung. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich das schon bereits gesagt habe. Aber nachher müssen Sie räumen. Das ist nicht gerade eine philippinische Eigenschaft ist. Meistens lassen sie einfach alles liegen.
Here's some partitioning going up. They use coca lumber for this, for the uprights, and bamboo for the horizontal pieces. They literally cut the shape of the bamboo with a machete to form the slats on the horizontals.
Geht alles rasch. Wir haben ja, jetzt kann man fast wohnen.
Quite the size is I estimate at the outer size of the building is probably 8 meters square. There's a lot of nails, and they use to hold the roof down. They use a device called a German wire. It's the granddad. It's a German wire. It's sort of it's a wire with a dome-shaped aluminium, I believe it's aluminium cap, and they wire that through the tin roofing into the bamboo and wrap it around. Yes, that's where the children live at the moment. And you turn around, you see the proximity towards the new house, which is really taking shape now after a few days.
So dreht, die ziehen sich hin. Den da. Mit den alten Leuten.
Pretty much all the bamboos disappeared.
Der ist bald weg.
There's a few pieces left. But that was 50 long, 6-8 meters lengths of
So weit ist es.
bamboo. The plywood is also rapidly being used up.
Tag 6.
Windows are taking shape, which will be decorated with some form of lattice afterwards. And to the left there you can see the opening for a kitchen, I believe. Here we have an interior view. There's 2 bedrooms going in here, and then they're going to have 1 large living area. And as we go around here, there's half a dozen guys, no, 3, and they're building a steel reinforced surface using steel, and then they'll literally make a wooden base for it, and then they'll fill it with concrete, and then afterwards you'll have somewhere to burn, maybe a charcoal based cooking area. Oh yeah, there are 6 of them.
Ich glaube, heute ist 7. Tag. Und es ist sehr ruhig hier. Gerade nicht, oder? Wir haben Probleme in dem, dass
They don't have any electricity at the moment. There is a line, believe it or not, that runs along here, but being out of town and not really
Sturheit.
important, it will be a while before they get any electricity. They don't have any running water.
Sie will das Haus nicht teilen.
Don't ask me about the hygienic stuff. I have no idea how they do it.
Den Ehemann. Und die Kinder dürfen hier nicht wohnen.
As you go in, you get a feel of how big it is. And this is the
Hello.
concrete
Good morning.
kitchen area
Hi.
they've knocked up.
Oh,
I think to the left of that plywood there'll be some aluminium sheeting to keep the heat from the wood, and it's pretty much open so that the fumes will go out.
da ist ein Plattform. Das ist aus. Da haben sie ein Brett gebaut jetzt mit Draht und so und Zement. Und so nachher wird das Holz weggenommen und dann haben sie ein Beton.
Just so they sort of where they sit and stuff like that. Although I haven't seen any evidence of any furniture anywhere at all. But I mean, that's less of a problem, isn't it? This guy's making a door, also using bamboo, and well, it's all bamboo. It's bamboo tubing, the cane itself, and then they cut down cane for the horizontal
A door.
structure. And this guy's cutting out a slot, and he'll put a horizontal slip in it. It'll make a nice click as it gets in, as it's put in. Here we have some window decoration.
Besser als IKEA.
I mean, the whole thing could have been done quicker and just to give people shelter. I know that we know this, but the aim wasn't just that. For in my view, anyway, it was to give some dignity back to the people, that they can be. You can throw some tarpaulin up and build a strong structure a lot cheaper than what we've forked out here, but like I said, there's a bit of dignity involved here, and there's 2 families coming together: the grandparents and the grandchildren, and the son.
Die sind klug. In ihr einfaches Leben sind sie doch gut.
Well, all in all, it's about $1,000 US dollars, maybe a little bit more, maybe $1,200, and you've got a dwelling for 2 people. It's actually a beautiful place to live.
Es könnte so schön sein hier.
So, coming to the end, it's 6 days, just over 6 days, and they've knocked this up.
Fast fertig. 7. Tag, kurz vor Mittag. Also eigentlich 6 Tage ist das da. Das sind nicht mal 7 Tage. Ein Dwelling, oder ich weiß nicht, wie man das, ein Zuhause, kann man sagen. Sieht gar nicht so schlimm aus. Das könnte man wirklich, man kann stolz sein.
It's got a house number on it, which isn't very nice.
Sogar die Fenster sind schön. Eine Tür.
That's the team, part of them. There were others, but that's the core,
Immer noch am Arbeiten.
with a happy end.